realest.
Boy, I come here to get busy, and it won't be no different from all the previous killers. I don't miss with this, rap tighter than a Nike shoebox with socks as a Christmas gift. Can't swap a verse with me, I'm a saint till I ain't. Then somehow you shank with a fleur-de-lis. I don't need an army to arm me in me unless it's plenty. Don't care who do this or did it, I'm still gonna do my did it, coming with it. My people love me cause that's what I give them. Yeah, I bump heads with them, but a bust yours for playing with them. I cut the line to get in front of who you thought was next. I'm usually humble about this, but this ain't the time for that. So as long as these rappers know it ain't safe trying to try me, then hey, les éléments en brûlés. You must not know I get out. I don't know what you come to do, but I come to do my thing. I don't know what you come to do, but I come to do my thing. Stop playing with me.
Welcome to a special edition of Hanging with July and Wilk. My dog Wilk not here today. I think he had to do a little Christmas shopping, last minute Christmas shopping, but it's all good. I'm gonna hold it down for us. We got a special edition of the podcast today. You might as well call it Green Bay versus New Orleans because we got 2 Green Bay fans and we got 3 New Orleans Saints fans. Shout out to Caleb Red. He couldn't make it. It's all good. We're going to hold it down, Caleb Red. So I'm just let everybody introduce yourself. I'm going to start off with the Saints fans with Chris. I'm going to let y'all introduce yourself.
What's happening? This is Chris.
Thank you for reminding me about that. I had to go get the right chain for the occasion, you feel me?
All right, so we heard from Chris. What about you? Introduce yourself, Denzel.
All right, I'm Denzel, diehard Saints fan, Laker fan, LSU football, Raging Cajun grad. That's it on me.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, and
you had me to a Laker fan.
My dog Patty, this is your 3rd appearance on the podcast. Patty, go ahead and introduce yourself for the people who ain't watch it.
The man who needs no introduction, but for all you Patty Pendergrass, aka Mr. RTFP, aka Troll God, Troll of the Year. Yeah, that was a shot. The diss track is coming. Right now, we talking sports. I'll be back to y'all. Anyway, let's go to work.
All right, and of course, my fellow Green Bay Packer fan, Miss Osby, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Anisha Osby, born and raised Inglewood, Laker girl, Green Bay Packer fan, and I'm a Gator fan. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna start off with the MVP race first. Right now, I think you could say it's a 3-man race between Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Derrick Henry. I'm gonna start off with you first, Petty. Who you got as your MVP for this year and why?
First and foremost, hey Anisha, nice to finally meet you. Y'all caught me at a bad good time because right now I have no choice but to be as unbiased as possible. Early on in the year I had the MVP race at Russell Wilson first, Kyler second, Mahomes third. A lot of people dissed me on that post when I said Mahomes was gonna catch up to y'all boys. But right now, as of now, it's pretty much neck and neck. You say it's a 3-way race, I say it's a 2-way race with a sleeper. Derrick Henry's gonna literally have to have 2,000 plus yards and like a monster performance for his last 4 games to outvote 2 MVP quarterbacks. Now, if you say it was Mahomes to lose, if they go by the stats now, Mahomes is gonna lose it simply because 1, he's got more weapons in his arsenal, so he has more options. 2, Aaron is doing the same numbers with limited defense, one receiver, all the other stuff. Now you could say Green Bay ain't got weapons. No, they got weapons. Their weapons are just not talented as Kansas City's. Now with that being said, Rodgers still has a higher completion percentage. He has more passing touchdowns and less interceptions. Remember, Patty only had 1 interception to start, and Aaron had 2 or 3. So from that time, Aaron has thrown 2 and Patty has thrown 4. Aaron is being more efficient right now with less options. So right now, it's a neck and neck race between them. But if he keeps up like this, I as much of a Saints fan as I am, I think A-Rod is gonna win it. If he keeps up his efficiency numbers and puts numbers that are as close to Mahomes as possible, with less efficiency or less snaps or less productivity, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. 2 weeks ago, you said it was Patty's to lose. Right now, it's A-Rod's to lose. And coming from a Saints fan, that is a bold take. That's all I got to say on that one.
All right, that's a good take. Denzel, I want to hear from you next.
I'm unmuted. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we get you.
All right. So as far as the MVP race goes in the NFL, I'm gonna go with my take is Derrick Henry should be the MVP. Derrick Henry putting the rushing numbers that's really unheard from in a quarterback-driven league. That's kind of my take on it. Derrick Henry gonna rush for 2,000 yards, and he gonna average 5 yards per carry. That hadn't happened since 2012 when Adrian Peterson had that monster season. So Derrick Henry is my MVP. But like I said, it's a quarterback-driven league. So with the numbers that A-Rod putting up, A-Rod is gonna win MVP. Patrick Mahomes, he putting up similar numbers to A-Rod, but like Mr. Sean Carlos said, A-Rod he don't have the weapons that Patrick Mahomes has. Mahomes putting up worse numbers than A-Rod with better weapons. So A-Rod gonna take it. Plus, A-Rod, I think, playing in a stronger conference. I feel like the NFC is stronger than the AFC. That's just my personal opinion. But like I said, it's a quarterback-driven league. So if I was giving out the award, I'd give it to Derrick Henry. But the people who vote on it, they're going to give it to A-Rod since it's a quarterback-driven league.
All right. Before we get into Chris and Anasia, I'm going to go. This MVP race, it kind of reminds me of the, I think it was 2011 when it was between Drew Brees and A-Rod. They was pretty much neck and neck, but they end up giving it to A-Rod because his team was 15-1. They didn't have much of a good defense, but they gave it to A-Rod over Brees. Even though Brees, he finished with more yards, he finished with more touchdowns. He did have more interceptions, but as for touchdowns, Brees had actually came in second place that year. That's why this year I think it's going to go the same way. If Kansas City finished 15-1 and Patrick Mahomes' numbers are close to Aaron Rodgers' numbers, I think they're going to give it to Patrick Mahomes. That's my take on it. I want to hear from you, Chris.
Man, again, same thing, pretty much like y'all saying. I got in between Aaron Rodgers and Derrick Henry, with Mahomes being the third. Nothing to take away from what Mahomes doing, but like y'all saying earlier, like you throwing the ball to Travis Kelce, the fastest man in the league, Tyreek Hill. You pretty much supposed to be throwing the ball for 4,000 yards. In my opinion, man, like they always choose give top priority to the quarterbacks first, but you can't really snooze on with 14 TDs right now, 5 yards a carry. That's pretty much MVP numbers by itself. But the thing is, what's going to be interesting, like with all the numbers of Aaron Rodgers doing, I think we're gonna be able to settle that dispute in like 2 weeks when Green Bay and Tennessee play each other. Green Bay don't really stop the run that well, so Derrick Henry probably gonna go for about 150 right there, and that's gonna get him almost close to 2,000 yards just by itself. But the thing is, with Pat Mahomes, even with his numbers, he's 12-1 right now. So if they finish 15-1, which they probably can do with their schedule, they're always gonna go with the team that's for some reason the team that did the best at the end of the season. So I don't know, it's gonna be close, but in my opinion, if I had to choose, I'll go with Derrick Henry myself.
All right. Okay. What about you, Anasia?
I pick Aaron right now as the MVP. I'm really tired of the weapons conversation because Green Bay does have weapons. Devontae Adams, he's a weapon. Aaron Jones is a weapon. Jamal Williams, he can be a weapon. Robert Tonyan has turned into a weapon. So MVS, when he can catch the ball, he's considered a weapon. So I've always thought that all season I've been on that kick, weapons, weapons, weapons. No, our defense is our problem, because Aaron has shown that he can get the ball to anybody on the field. Tavon Austin got 2 catches last week. They weren't worth shit, but he got 2 of them. He just came into the offense. So Aaron Rodgers will get you the ball. So for me, that's what makes an MVP. The guy that's going to get it to whoever he can get the ball to. And if he has to run one in himself, he'll run one in. As far as Derrick Henry, I love Derrick Henry, and I think that if this wasn't a quarterback-driven league, he would be my number 2 guy. Because we expect what we expect from Patrick Mahomes. They're the Super Bowl champions, same team. We expect that from them, So it's nothing new to see what he's doing. It's nothing new to see what that team is doing. Travis Kelce is going to cement himself as one of the best tight ends in this league because of this team, because of where he's at. And it's like you have a team that they're on the top right now, so they have to be dethroned. It is what it is. The beginning of the season, if you'd have asked me, could Green Bay dethrone Kansas City? I would have told you no. With that defense, I'm probably going to still say, it's going to be tough. I mean, we still got to get there. But I think that as far as MVP race goes right now, I do have Aaron first. I will put Derrick Henry second. I put Patrick Mahomes at third.
Okay, that was a good take. Yeah, MVP race gonna come down to these last 3 weeks. Like Chris said, Derrick Henry, he might could boost himself up because he might run 150, 200 yards against us. I don't know. But anyway,
Another thing Henry's got working in his favor is the narrative too, because he single-handedly took out almost the whole AFC by himself last year. Now, if he gets his team in position to do that same this year, he's got to be put in the conversation. And in response to Nation's comment about weapons, no, nobody's knocking Green Bay. We're not saying Green Bay doesn't have weapons, but look at your core receivers: Devontae Adams, Valdez Scantling, Tanya, who's just having a breakout year. Now line them up against Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, etc. Which group of receivers is considered the more talented core?
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're the most talented. I'm saying they are considered weapons. If I can get you the ball,
I'm not saying they're not. Huh?
If I can get you the ball and you get a touchdown, you're considered a weapon, right?
Yes, but you making it seem like my angle is attacking Aaron Rodgers. No, that's actually complimenting Aaron Rodgers. If you think about it, if I say KC has a more talented core of offensive weapons, and Aaron Rodgers is being more efficient with less elite weapons, that narrative works in his favor as well. Y'all can't say Saints fans are insensitive. You can't say Saints fans are insensitive. If you want to throw shots, you got to take them. I'm actually giving
Aaron. That's
Aaron
an argument for Rodgers, really. Rodgers don't have.
I'm not saying I understand that.
Mahomes has.
No. Y'all saying you've been hearing weapons all season, like we've been using that to go against them. No, that's in his favor. If you can put up just as efficient numbers with less athletic less athletic players, doesn't that make you look better? Tom Brady won Super Bowls with what? How many all seasons?
Well, this was she trying to say. Aaron Rodgers, he does have weapons. She just saying that he does have weapons. Like y'all saying he don't have weapons, but he does have weapons. He just make his weapons. And it goes back to Devontae Adams when he first got drafted. When Devontae Adams was drafted, I don't know if y'all know, Devontae Adams was dropping balls just like like he was terrible. Like Aaron Rodgers made him into a weapon. Like he making that tight end Tiny. He making him into a weapon. So our weapon's not as on the level as Mahomes, but we do got.
That's what we saying. That's all we're saying. They not on the level as Kansas City.
I never said that.
Adams probably
weapons are better. I just said we have.
Adams is the best player out of the best skill position player out of everybody that we own Kansas City and Green Bay. Devontae Adams the best skill wise, but after that. You could probably the best skill position players after Devontae Adams, all of them going to Kansas City. Yeah. That's all we saying. But that's an argument in favor of Rodgers, though. That's an argument for his MVP case.
The argument I'm not giving is for or against Rodgers. The argument that I'm giving is just that everybody keeps saying we need offense. We don't need offense. You know what I'm saying? We have the offense.
Yeah, y'all do. And another thing, though, I think it's a myth about the defense, too. Because y'all rank like 10th against the run, 11th against the pass. Y'all defense not horrible. I don't know why people keep saying that. Right. So I know Dalvin Cook did y'all bad,
It's
but
not horrible,
and
but
Tom Brady.
they're
And
trash.
Tom Brady. I mean, yeah, but
And
they 10th against the
all their
pass, 11th
notable
against the
losses.
run. It ain't that bad.
Look at their notable losses over the last 2 years. San Francisco, Minnesota, Tampa Bay was
Yeah,
a
they got ran. Yeah, they ran
was
all
Aaron
over them.
Rodgers
But
outplayed? No, their front seven was ran into the ground.
right, but San
Most
Francisco
of
did that to pretty much everybody except
the
Kansas City
ran over
last
y'all.
year.
Dalvin Cook here ran over them boys. Donald
Yeah,
Jones ran over them boys. Tom Brady didn't beat Aaron Rodgers. He had 166 yards that game. Every
right,
time
right.
they get outrun from start to finish. That's the
But if
only
you look at from a pure number standpoint, though, they rank like 10th against the pass, 11th against the run. The defense not horrible.
They've
So
gotten better because it was worse at the beginning of the season.
right.
and you also have to figure in COVID absences and injuries and all that other stuff. It's a whole lot of unwritten factors that are figure into the overall record and season progression. But yeah,
And the
but right,
they did
all,
run over us was a decent running back. I mean, it's Dalvin
Right.
Cook. Ain't like
all
we didn't have what's the little kid name? We didn't have what's that boy? Well, whatever. It was a good dude running against us like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was Dalvin Cook. So I wasn't like shocked. I was expecting him to do some shit like that. But it was like, they have to handle that. That's the big hole. And if you want to win in this league, you got to fix that. Because there's some
Right. You
good
got
backs
to.
out there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
because in
wrap it
two
up by
weeks,
saying
all y'all gonna get it.
this. The thing that separates Aaron Rodgers from other QBs is he makes his offensive, he makes his receivers look better and other teams' receivers make their quarterback look. Like Kansas City, but they don't have Mahomes doesn't have to look good. He's got elite talent over there. They make him look good. Aaron Rodgers makes everybody look good.
Yeah, and that's a trait that all elite quarterbacks have.
Put up A-Rod numbers in Green Bay. That remains to be seen.
That's a trait that all elite quarterbacks have. Look what Breeze
Right
did.
now, all the odds are in Aaron's favor. All he's got to do is not just have one shitty game, and it's pretty much his lose right now. I'll tip
So from
that.
a different channel, Aaron Rodgers MVP.
I'm
I'm gonna still roll with Henry.
Yeah, Henry my MVP. But Rodgers is gonna win.
And that's not even hate on Aaron Rodgers neither, because that's not like what he's doing ain't nothing to snooze at. But like when y'all talking about weapons, what everybody saying for the draft? Aaron Rodgers need more weapons, but they drafted Jordan Love or whatever like that. So he do got the weapons and all that, but
what it boils down to is what's more valuable to the team. With Green Bay, he'd be just as a pick without an Aaron Rodgers. Probably so, but your quarterback would be as good. Now, if Tennessee without Derrick Henry, it's nothing.
Exactly.
I believe Tennessee can win a game without Derrick Henry.
No.
Tannehill.
So
Only person he can win without only person he could beat without a running back is Tom Brady.
who can we beat without Aaron Rodgers?
They can win some games in the NFC North without Aaron Rodgers. You probably beat the Lions.
No.
Y'all gonna off Matt. Matt is nice.
Matt Flynn?
All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Let's move on to the next topic. We're gonna talk about the AFC playoff picture first. I'm looking at the standings right now, and Chris, I want to start with you on this. It looks like the only division that really have a fighting chance of somebody coming out differently is Tennessee and Indianapolis. I mean, all the other divisions look like Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Kansas City. The only division we're fighting for right now is the AFC South. Tennessee and Indianapolis. Who you have coming out winning that division in the AFC South?
Man, out of the AFC South, I still got Tennessee again. Like they can do what most teams can't do too well, which is pound that ball with Derrick Henry, and they still got AJ Brown too. Now, what the Colts doing? I see they both 9-4. They've done on the head-to-head matchup this week, but Tennessee schedule, like who they have coming up, they should win 2 of those 3 between Detroit, Green Bay, and Houston. Not saying they're gonna beat Green Bay, but with Detroit and Houston, they should be able to take care of both. With Derrick Henry running the ball now. The question is going to be at Green Bay, what they're going to be able to do that because it's going to be cold. But again, when you're playing in Green Bay, you don't really have to throw the ball that much. You can just turn around and hand the ball off to Henry like 25, 30 times, which they're going to do. But from what it look like, man, I'm going to go ahead and go with Tennessee coming out of the AFC South, winning that one.
Yeah, I agree. It's possible. I think they win at least a minimum 2 of their last 3 games at minimum. Because this the code. This was like this. I think Derrick Henry ran like a 99-yard touchdown against Jacksonville or something. When it was cold or something like that. Yeah, he loved to run the ball. So at minimum, I agree with you. They win 2 out of the last 3. All right, Anasia, from you next. Who you got winning that division out of Tennessee and Indianapolis?
I'm gonna go for the shocker. I'm gonna go for Indianapolis. I think that for some reason, I don't know, T.Y. Hilton ain't having 2 good games all season, and T.Y. Hilton is playing now. He's looking good. Rivers getting him the ball. So I'm thinking with that, I'm thinking that I'm gonna pick the Colts on that one. I'm gonna get a Colts a shot. I feel that Phillip Rivers, he's an old school quarterback dude. He gonna stand there, he can get you the ball. He really doesn't give up the ball too much. He's good with keeping the ball on his side of the field. So I'm gonna go with the Colts on that. I think that Tennessee is going to rely too heavily on Derrick Henry, and we saw what last week they kind of stopped him. So we know that he can be stopped. But I think that the Colts gonna be the shocker. I'm gonna take the Colts on that one. But the thing I'm worried about more in the AFC is Miami Buffalo. You know, that division ain't clinched yet. And Miami trying to make a little run for their little money there. They trying to get up in that thing. I told y'all they might.
Key to me.
That's the close. Because
I
think Buffalo has to win in order to clinch that division this week. But if Miami loses, Miami might win too. So that division still might be kind of open.
Well, unless Buffalo have a collapse, Miami gonna win the division, but I don't see it happening. That's just my take on that. All right, Denzel, what you think about the division between Tennessee and Indianapolis?
I think Tennessee gonna take it. Basically, I feel like the Colts do have an easier schedule to finish the season. They got the Texans and the Jaguars sandwiched in between the Steelers. But I think the Titans gonna do it just because I think the Titans gonna run over the Packers. I know they kind of contradict my point about the Packers defense earlier, but I feel like Derrick Henry gonna have a big day and they're gonna beat the Packers. They're gonna go 3-0 and win that division. And the Colts, I think they'll probably lay an egg to the Steelers. But if it do turn out like that though, the Colts might still make the playoffs too though, even if the Titans take that division.
I agree with that. All right, Sean, what you think about this? The Titans versus the Colts. Who gonna win that division?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna save me toward the end simply because this concerns the team, my second team that y'all been trolling me about for the last 2 weeks, my B squad, the Texans. So I've been following the AFC South for quite some time, and based on experience, bro, I'm going with the sleeper. I got to pick Indianapolis. Reason being, if I recall right, the last game Indianapolis and Tennessee played, what was it not a blowout? 38-17, something like that.
Yeah, it was a massacre.
Exactly. Why? Because Indianapolis has flex running back now. Naheem Hines is making noise up there. He gives Phillip Rivers options. Now, with that being said, it's 2 NFC games that's gonna be a real big part in that AFC race. First one, us this weekend against Kansas City, because Mahomes is playing against a top 5 defense in the Saints. So he may or may not have a good game. They may win, but it may be dependent more on running than passing. Then after the week after that, you have Green Bay versus Tennessee. Now keep in mind, all Green Bay's major losses have come at teams with a dominant running back. So if Derrick Henry runs y'all into the ground, that makes his argument for MVP better, and it hurts Aaron Rodgers in the process. Plus, it also gives the Saints a chance to catch all up for that home seed. So that Kansas City New Orleans game and that Green Bay Tennessee is going to be 2 very crucial deciding factors in that AFC race and the NFC race and the MVP race all at the same time. A lot of people not gonna pay no attention to that. They just know somebody gonna win and somebody gonna lose. But according to history, Indianapolis has always been the late runner in the AFC South. So I gotta go with them.
All right.
Has receivers. Tannehill doesn't. In the Colts had
Hold on. What you just said about the receivers?
He got some
What you
receivers.
said about the receivers? Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, do the
Davis,
receiver.
AJ Brown.
Okay, they
They
got
receivers.
Corey
which one of
Davis.
Don't say that. You can't
which
say
one of
that.
those two quarterbacks is the better quarterback?
Out of Tannehill and Rivers.
Thank you, sir. I got
Rivers
time.
is on paper, but
It's
Rivers ain't
smooth.
no
It's
big
smooth.
game quarterback.
Okay,
You ain't
it's
lying.
got a chance to
Rivers
start
not
Rivers.
a big
You got a
game
chance to start
quarterback.
Rivers or Tannehill. Who start?
It depends on
And
Rivers
Minlock
on paper.
numbers don't.
On,
You feel Rivers
on
stats.
paper,
He
yeah,
ain't no
but he not no. Yeah, has Rivers ever been to the
Rivers
AFC
put some
Championship?
numbers
I don't know. Has he? I
Yeah,
know
he been to
Tannehill.
the
Rivers.
championship
How
when
many
they
picks he
lost.
threw? How many picks he threw? I know he ain't had no good game if he did go. Rivers
only
not a big game quarterback.
only
He went to the AFC championship against the Patriots, I think. When
that
Ortiz set out.
he is undefeated against Tom Brady.
Rivers is?
No, Tannehill. That's the only positive thing on his resume. Last
Yeah, I mean,
years he had,
but Rivers,
he whooped the shit out of Tom Brady. Ray Finkle. That's the only
yeah.
thing not in his resume. And he's a good game manager. If I
Yeah,
had
he is definitely.
I would choose Rivers over Tannehill.
Right. Derrick Henry definitely make Tannehill look better than what he really is. But Rivers not a big game quarterback. You can't really have too much confidence in Rivers when it comes to a big game. So
I think I got confidence in Rivers doing is beating Pittsburgh. And like I'm saying, both of them boys might end up 3-0 for the last 3 games. And like I know the coach blew Tennessee out, but shoot, they done with the matchups for the season. So I'm looking at coach. They probably gonna beat Pittsburgh, Houston, and Jacksonville. Tennessee out too. You know, finish up 12-4. The standings say Tennessee gonna be on top of the coach.
They blow out Tennessee, but y'all would still pick Tannehill over Rivers? All right.
But Tennessee and Indianapolis, they 1-1. They split their season series, huh?
They
They won
Yeah.
because Henry ran all over the Colts. Great defense with the best linebacker in football, as some people say. Darius Leonard already, so it's they pretty much evenly matched. Tennessee and Indianapolis.
Until Tennessee.
And Tennessee on the tiebreaker. If they both finish 12-4, Tennessee will actually own the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just getting into this right quick. Y'all think Kansas City got the number 1 seed locked up? Quick question.
Yeah.
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 No.
To be honest,
nothing guaranteed until week 17.
Yeah, but so if KC take the L to the Saints and A-Bab pull off a miracle, you might be looking at the Buffalo Bills as the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, because I for sure see Pittsburgh dropping at least one.
Yeah, I don't believe in Pittsburgh.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they
another
lose.
topic. That should have been a topic on here. I don't believe in Pittsburgh at all.
That narrative is real quick.
Especially when you can't run the ball.
Some of Ben's latest throws, Ben's ain't even throwing the ball down the field no more. He getting the ball out fast, but he getting it out 2 or 3 yards. He not throwing that ball no more. I think that elbow's hurting.
Right, being a game manager now. He turned into a game manager.
Ben is a big bear out there, but if you notice his arm strength in the last 3 or 4 games, 2 and 3 yards, baby. That ball coming out fast, but it ain't going nowhere. He looking like old noodle arm out there.
Oh man, don't say that. That's a shot right there.
Ben got banged up in the year just to still be able to start and manage a complete NFL game is an accomplishment in itself. But yeah, that arm is starting to falter.
Yeah.
Don't got any weapons out there. You got Juju, Chase Claypool.
Yeah,
got
Pittsburgh got weapons.
They run shit.
Yeah, they can't run the ball. And that's what you got to do in the playoffs. The playoffs are about running the ball and defense. So that's why I don't believe in Pittsburgh at all.
And them not running the ball got me eliminated in 2 leagues, man.
I got James Conner in my league. The only reason I keep him because he got cancer and I feel sorry for him. I've been trying to drop that dude for 3 weeks. Damn, dude, give me 1 touchdown. They bringing in Benny Snell, Claypool. Get your damn cancer shot and go give me 1.
Something.
Suffered from that Lamar Jackson syndrome. He had a good breakout year, but once you got time to go back and look at film and actually get a scout report on him, lock that stuff up easily.
I think they just felt bad for him because he had cancer, man. Let him shine a little bit. They like, okay, nigga, you healed. Nothing. You good.
You just do the unexpected when they ain't got no scouting report on you. Well, a lot of these breakout players last year looking like pure trash this year.
All right, so let me ask y'all. They got 3 wild card spots this year in the AFC. Now the AFC is pretty interesting with these wild card spots. I'm gonna start off with you with this first, Denzel. What 3 teams in the AFC you got taking the wild card spot?
I don't believe in the Ravens. The Raiders 7-7, Patriots 6-7. So I'm pretty much the standings as is. The 3 people, the Browns, Colts, and Dolphins. I think they're gonna stay there. It's gonna be the Browns, Colts, and Dolphins. I don't know who the Ravens have left on their schedule, to be honest, but I don't believe in Lamar Jackson. That's he in that sophomore slump, just like he just said. The people got film on him, so he's not making too much noise. He had a good game against the Browns, though. I ain't gonna lie, it was a good game. He did it in a little Paul Pierce, go to the locker room, come back, throw a touchdown. But I'm gonna go. The AFC gonna stay the same with the Browns, Colts, and Dolphins.
What about you, Sean?
I agree with this on 2 out of 3, Browns and Dolphins. But the Colts is not going to be a wild card team. Yeah, that means you picking Tennessee to win the division. Now, Tennessee got as a wild card last year, barely. So until they show me they could get a conference championship and dethrone Indianapolis, I got to go with what's been working for the last couple of years. I got Indianapolis winning the AFC South. So, but I know pretty much that Tennessee is going to get in as a wild card. So and the other 3 AFC divisions, which is the East, West, and North. After the first place team, not very many other teams in second place in those divisions with winning record. So out of those 4 AFC divisions, Tennessee figuratively has the best shot to get an automatic wild card bid. But like I said, that could change. I could get proven wrong. It all depends on these next couple of games. That Green Bay Tennessee one is going to be very crucial. So even if they lose to Green Bay, they also lose standings in that playoff run because they'll have another loss on the record. So, all right, now I got Cleveland and Dolphins and Tennessee as my wild card.
All right, Chris, what 3 teams you got, Chris?
Man, I got Cleveland, Colts, but I'm gonna go with Baltimore for that last slot. Lamar, I know he's been flopping all season, but he impressed me that last week, man. But look, based on strength of schedule, the last remaining schedule, you got the Dolphins playing the Patriots, Raiders, and Bills. Now Bills the last week 17, they could possibly still be fighting for that 1 seed. Meanwhile, you got Baltimore playing Jacksonville, Giants, and Cincinnati. So, the Giants in the NFC East, so they still fighting for their division. But even though what they just did with the upset against the last week, I still just think Baltimore's strength of schedule is a little bit easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with them to sneak into that last slot with Cleveland and the Colts.
What 3 teams you got in Asia?
Yeah, I'm agree with him. I haven't gave up on the Ravens just yet. If I had to pick a team between Ravens and Miami, I gotta pick the Ravens, because I just wouldn't pick Miami over them. But if I had to pick my last 3, I would pick the Browns, Colts, Ravens. I did say that Miami would have a shot in because they were looking good. They were getting in there, but I didn't pit them against the Ravens. I was pitting them against maybe a weak Titans team, maybe a fall off Bills team. But if I had to pick the last 3, yeah, Browns, Colts, Ravens.
All right. I actually agree with Denzel about the Dolphins, Browns, and Colts. I just think I don't see the Ravens making up enough ground. But the thing that works out for the Ravens, they own the tiebreaker against the Browns because I think they beat them twice, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So it could come if Cleveland right now. Cleveland gotta win out, or they can't let the Ravens catch them up. But as of now, I got it as it stands: the Dolphins, Browns, and Colts. So we're gonna get into the NFC side of the playoff picture. We're gonna start off with the number one seed with the team that's fighting for the number 1 seed. A lot of people saying it's gonna go down between the Packers and the Saints, but we can't sleep on the Rams and Seahawks because they just a game behind us, I think. Let me check. Right now the Packers got the number one seed. The Saints got the number one seed, number two seed, but the Rams are right behind the Saints and Packers. So I want to start off with you on this first, Petty, Sean.
Yo,
Who do you think end up with the number one seed in the NFC?
The right type of
uh,
outfit.
to say that I have a definite answer would be a doggone lie. It's like neck and neck wide open right now. So, let's say it's gonna be some crucial game over the next couple of weeks that's gonna decide. Green Bay has the advantage now, but like I said, that Tennessee game is gonna be crucial for standings, MVP talks, and all kinds of other stuff. So it's kind of hard to call now, but it's going to be between Green Bay and the Saints. Now you say the Rams have got the third seed. It all depends on which Rams team show up. You know, Justin Herbert will give you a solid 300, but they'll blow a lead.
Who?
Not just because they came back against the Raiders team that lost their quarterback.
Oh,
You
Jared
can't just
Goff. He mean Jared Goff.
oh,
Here we go.
well, here we go. What the ugly truth is an evil necessity. And how you start is how you finish. But as far as that number one seed for right now is Green Bay's got it because this next game against the Saints is a toss up. It's just a trap game. You got the number one offense coming in. That depends on which Kansas City team showed up. Don't forget they got their bracket busted by Miami too. The same team y'all sleeping on in the AFC. So if the Saints lose this one, it all comes down to whether Green Bay beats Tennessee or not. So if Saints lose this game against Kansas City and Green Bay beats Tennessee next week, then it's pretty much there. It's pretty the first seed pretty much gonna go to Green Bay. The question is, who do y'all get in the first game?
Oh, man.
Somebody's bracket's gonna get busted. Their field's gonna get hurt, and it's gonna be by a team that probably don't make the playoff. Miami has been that team for the last couple of years, y'all. Tom Brady lost a first round bye last year due to Miami.
All right, Chris.
Miami the field and all that before then. So it's y'all to lose right now, like you say about the MVP race at first seed. But we coming to see y'all shortly.
All right, Chris. I want to hear from you next. Who you got winning the number one seed in the NFC?
Man, what's funny is if you would have asked me this 24 hours ago, I would have went in and chalked it up, said Green Bay got it. But now that we get, Noodle on back, like she said, now that we're getting him back, I feel a little bit better about our chances. The problem is, like, the teams we playing against, though, Kansas City, that's the best team in football. Minnesota the week after, they play the Saints hard for no reason at all. Like, it's their Super Bowl. They come to play just because it's the Saints, bro. And then we got Carolina at the end. They're going to be eliminated. But again, just because it's the Saints, they come and bring everything they got. We're going to trick plays, onside kicks, fake punts, all that, man. So all three of these going to be a battle. But as far as like the Rams and Seattle, they play each other in 2 weeks as well, right? They play each other one more matchup. So yeah, that's gonna be a good one right there. But man, as far as right now, I want to say I really want to say the Saints, obviously, but man, if Taysom Hill wouldn't have fumbled that ball in week 3, we probably would have had a way better chance, man. But I don't know, bro. We're just gonna have to see what Tennessee can do to them boys in Green Bay, and how we gonna look out against Kansas City this week. If Breeze still hurt, he's just come out there throwing intercepts or whatever, and Kansas City take it, we in trouble. But right now, it look like Green Bay might got a better chance with it, just because them teams gonna give everything they got against the Saints.
Don't blame that on Taysom, man. Don't do that. You're a Saints fan. Don't do that.
Honestly,
Man, I'm just keeping it real. So if he
Yo,
hold on to that ball, we probably won that game.
Yo, keep it all the way real.
because you got the schedule.
That man, they was down 20-0 at the halftime. Taysom didn't get outscored 20. The defense did. But y'all ain't gonna bring that up. Y'all said he wasn't built to come back. He almost came back from down 20 points.
No, I ain't discrediting Taysom. You hear me? Like you said, the man has only started 4 games in his career. So I ain't gonna really.
I don't know what Dennis Allen was tripping with the game plan against the Eagles. I don't know what he had going with that.
Yeah.
Because it's a running quarterback and we out there playing man to man. Defensive ends not keeping contained. Come on, bro. Like, I don't know what he was doing. He was sleeping. He must have thought Carson Wentz was going to start that game, even though they announced Jalen Hurts. So I don't know. That was just that game
I
was on
mean,
Dennis Allen.
it's one of them any given Sundays though, man. Because look what Seattle just dealt with the Giants, man. It happens, we ain't really tripping. But as
Yeah,
far as Taysom Hill, the dude got 10 fumbles, man. He do need to protect the ball a little bit better.
yeah. He finna break Aaron Brooks' record for fumbles. Like
Yeah, and
he
Aaron Brooks
fumble a
was
lot.
throwing the ball backwards on purpose, and you about to break his record.
Also on offense in that game against the Eagles, not to keep on harping on that game, but it wasn't no design runs for Taysom Hill. He really trying to make Taysom Hill a pocket passer. Like that's not him. He running the ball. So that game is all on coaching against the Eagles. That was all on coaching.
Yeah, as far as my take on it, I feel like we just got the easier schedule. I mean, I know we got Tennessee, but we also got, we manhandle Chicago every year. We got Carolina. It looks like their spirits are out. So I think we're going to win 2 out of the last 3. And I think New Orleans going to win 2 out of the last 3. And I think with the tie record, like Chris just said, that fumble, that Taysom Hill fumble, the game was tied when that fumble happened, right? Yeah, the game was tied. So I think that fumble right there, he's absolutely right. Probably decided the number 1 seed. That's my take on it. What about you, Naja? Who you think gonna get the number 1 seed?
We have it right now, so I'm gonna stick with us. I'm all I think the hardest game that we do have left on our schedule is the Titans, and I think that Aaron Rodgers can probably, as far as offense go, he gonna have to put up points. It's 7 or nothing. Every time you hit the field, it's 7 or nothing. That's what you're gonna have to do if you worried about your defense trying to contain a Derrick Henry. So he's gonna have to get out there. When he gets the ball, he got to score points. Whoever had the most points at the end of the game, that's who's gonna win, huh? That's how it's got to be.
All right, Booger. All right, Booger.
I think for that game, yeah, that's my boogerism. I think for that game, whoever got the ball last, that's who's gonna win it. And so I'm keeping us in the top of I'm keeping us at the number 1 seed. Y'all know how I feel about the number 1 seed. It doesn't mean shit to me. It means nothing. Because once you get to the playoffs, everybody's record is 0-0. So, but I'm still keeping it with us. I think we have the easier piece of schedule, and I think that they still will hold it off. And the reason the seed really never mattered to me, because even if we had to go somewhere else and play, shit, sometimes a lot better than playing in Green Bay because it's cold as shit out there. But we learned that a long time ago. That cold don't mean nothing. San Francisco whooped the shit out of us in Green Bay. So I've always felt that it doesn't matter about that home field, especially now because we don't even have any fans in the stands like talking about. So I'm like, your object now is to win games, win games, win games. Be on top, keep it out there. You got to play to win. It doesn't matter whether you coming in 5th seed, whether you coming in 3rd seed, 1st seed, doesn't matter. You got to win the game that's in front of you.
Hey, I absolutely agree with you about everybody 0-0. But I think if you're a team like New Orleans, NFC Championship game, you would rather be playing in that dome than coming to Green Bay and playing that cold. So that's why I disagree with you.
Yeah, but that dome myth is gone. Anybody can play in a dome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Good quarterbacks can play anywhere.
Y'all missing the main factor of that. In cold weather and outside weather, which aspect of the offense is more effective, the passing game or the running game?
That's what
most falls or slipping on the field or on missed routes, all that stuff, drop passes, cold fingers. No, running game is more effective.
No, I'm saying Aaron Rodgers could play in the cold, and that's what I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers.
Y'all in the cold last year. Y'all got ran into the ground. That pass game.
San Francisco.
To me, it don't matter. If you're a football player, you play wherever you got to play.
Saints lose every playoff game on the road in the cold. Because the Saints is a pass first offense. If the pass ain't working with the cold weather and the conditions are fighting against you, you ain't got no running back in the backfield to take no pressure off that. You ain't got no offense.
That's why I said the Saints rather play in the dome. A team like the Saints, they rather play in the dome than come to Green Bay in January and play. That's what I'm saying.
Minnesota twice, they in the dome or they outside?
That's why the teams that have the best playoff runs are the teams with the best running back. Why you think Tennessee beat everybody on the road last year in the cold? They
When
ran
Minnesota,
everybody.
Minnesota beat y'all twice. Was that in the dome or was that outside?
No,
Was that in the dome or was it outside?
they beat us in the dog.
Hey, that's
Okay.
a that's a
Me, it
that's a
don't matter.
great point. That's
Go
a
play
great point.
football.
Y'all lost in second. We lose in the last play. Y'all just get blown the fuck out. Make that make sense.
Blown out of the last play. A loss is a loss. Now, all my question was did y'all
Hey,
lose it? Or did y'all?
at least the past couple of years, we don't let a team come in Green Bay and beat us. That's being real. Hey,
Running backs go 4 touchdowns on y'all on the road in your house.
no, who?
We know
We lost in San Francisco. We lost in San Francisco.
It was
we know
called
we don't have defense. We lost San Francisco, and yeah, but Colin Kaepernick ran his ass off on us. We know we ain't got no run defense. At least we know that.
I
Hey,
that up.
Y'all lose in a dome, y'all lose outside.
Why is the problem when I said when y'all lose, y'all just get run into the ground. Y'all run defense is trash.
We know that.
We know that. We know that. But what I'm saying is y'all rather play in the dome than come to Green Bay and play, and that's facts. Because if y'all know.
If any team had the preference of playing in the dome or outside in the winter, who would pick outside over the dome?
I would.
Nobody would pick outside, but our team is built. Our team, we could play. We play in the cold. We play in the cold. Listen to what I'm saying. Y'all rather play in the dome than come to Green Bay. That's all I'm saying.
Any team would rather play in a controlled atmosphere than outside. No, you got all the others. If you ain't got no wind throwing your pass, you ain't got.
All right, so hey, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If we play in New Orleans, the playing field is going to be even. If we play in New Orleans, but if y'all got to come to Green Bay, the playing field not going to be even because we're going to have to clearly advance because we used to playing in the cold.
You got to rely on your running, and Jones will get beat up. Because Aaron Rodgers, all that passing on that frozen tundra in the playoffs, out of there. You got one top caliber receiver. Don't expect Tanya to save the day. Valdez Scanlon is suspect. Double team to run.
Tanya used to play in the cold. He's an up north boy.
Gonna run y'all into dirt.
Tanya is an up north boy. He playing the cold.
Every game y'all lose in the playoff, y'all lose because y'all get ran in the ground. If it comes down to weather conditions, y'all will get beat up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we do make NFC championships. You're right.
A lot of trash for a team that won just as many Super Bowls in the last 20 years. You can cash that shit is worth.
This is why I say home field advantage is important to us. Like Aaron Rodgers said, we've been in 3 NFC championship games. All 3 NFC championship games been on the road. This is why I said the number 1 seed is important to us. Because if we have an NFC championship game where a team comes to us, the playing field level is going to be to our advantage.
It is. It's that far. It is. But I mean, the cold is always going to be an advantage. And for me, I feel that the cold is always going to be an advantage. But me, as a football person, if it had to come down to us playing in a dome or playing outside, I would rather us play in a dome either way because it does make it even. It does make it better for both teams. That way you won't hear that, oh, it only beats they beat y'all because it was in the cold. But that's not true because San Francisco beat us in the cold. Them boys is sunny boys. They beat us in the cold. That to me never matters. What matters to me is that day, who's going to play their game, who's going to do what they're supposed to do. We all know we don't have no run defense. Everybody know that. But when you have the best thrower of the football and he does not mind throwing the ball in the cold, those boys do not mind catching the ball in the cold, you got to do what you got to do. Go out there and play football, make your millions. That's what they do.
All right, let me hear from you. Did you pick the number 1 seed yet?
Nah, I haven't. But so the Packers definitely had an easier schedule. The odds against the Saints, it's between the Saints and the Packers because the Rams is Jared Goff inconsistent. Basically, and the Rams have a tough schedule. I think they still got Seattle and they got the Cardinals left. So plus with Jared Goff inconsistencies, I think the Saints and the Packers are the only 2 teams that could get the number 1 seed in the NFC. So the Packers definitely had an easier road. I'd be crazy if I picked the Saints to have the number 1 seed because we got Kansas City. Mike Thomas out for that game. So I'm gonna go Green Bay. But with that being said, though, we're gonna need Green Bay to lose before that NFC Championship for us to go to the Super Bowl because we gonna play like shit in the cold. So I ain't. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, unbiased opinion on that. So we're gonna need somebody else to take them out.
I don't just count the Saints out because they play KC. All KC losses have come on the road this year. The top caliber.
No. I think KC undefeated on the road this year.
Yeah, KC, the Raiders beat KC in KC.
Yeah, they undefeated. They
in KC.
undefeated on the road.
Miami beat them in Kansas City?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
beat them
They
in.
did. They did.
I thought they were playing in Miami.
Oh, look, Hakeem, he was so happy they beat him. Hakeem had beat him, man. He thought they were going to the Super Bowl. I ain't heard from him since.
And that's all they've been talking about too. That's all that dude talking about. He's still bringing up week 3, just like them Packers bringing up week 3.
I never brought up week 3, man. Week 3 was over. I didn't on week 3.
They let the fourth quarter choke on us come back in the fourth quarter and beat them.
All right, so look, so check this out. Now I think everybody got the division wrapped up except for the Rams and Seahawks. I mean, unless the Saints, like I said, the Saints gonna win 2 out of the last 3. They just got to win 1 more to clinch the division. So I think they're gonna clinch as well. But out of the Rams and the Seahawks, I'm gonna start with you on this one first, Sean. Who you think winning that division?
All right, I'm not all the way sure on the Rams. What's the Rams' record right now?
9-4.
Oh,
Yeah, both of them boys 94.
Both of them.
Rams, you can't sleep on the Rams. They got a chance, but I'm gonna go with Seattle. Russ still in the MVP race. Kind of funny, I don't hear about Kyler no more.
bad shoulder.
Ain't happened, but yeah, Seattle. But that's one of them. I could be wrong with the Rams too.
All right, Chris, who you got?
Man, look, I just love how the way the schedule set up. You know, at week 16 and 17, got the division playing everybody in the division playing against each other. Them boys both 94 and play each other in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I think that's in Seattle though. So man, it's hard to say right now, but I'm gonna say the winner of that game is gonna win the division because I expect both of them to win this week. The Rams got the Jets, that's the easy dub. Obviously, they tanking. Then Seattle got the Washington football team. Well, you can't really sleep on them because you know they playing hard fight for the division too. But you know, Seattle just a better team. So I'm going to say the winner of that week in 2 weeks, week 16, Seattle and the Rams. That's probably who's going to take that division most likely.
All right, Anasia, who you got winning that division?
Shit, Russell Wilson. That's it. I mean, like, okay, for my thing with Russell Wilson, I've always the MVP thing with him has always been a mystery to me. But then I had to think about it. His three MVP years, okay. Cam Newton won it. That was a great year for Cam. Lamar Jackson won it. Great year for Lamar. Patrick Mahomes won it. And you know, if you're gonna lose the MVP race, to lose to those 3 guys during the years that they lost them to, that's what's up. But I will never count Russell Wilson out. I hated that dude in Seattle for a long time because he brought tears to my eyes in many a game against my Packers. And so I'll never give up on Russell Wilson. If I gotta pick a team to the Rams or Seattle, shit, I'm going Russell. So Russell gonna pull that division out. As far as Kyler Murray go, I think they will make the playoffs because they're 7-6 now. They'll make the playoffs. It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be Green Bay, New Orleans, Rams. The East, I don't even care. Shit, I don't know. If Washington come out, I'm happy for them. The Hawks, Bucks, and Cardinals.
All right, Denzel, who you got winning that division?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too, just because Jared Goff inconsistent. So I'm gonna go with the Seahawks just because of Russell, on the strength of Russell. So you can't count Russell out. So he gonna take that division for them. And also, like Chris said, that game they play against each other, I think Seahawks gonna take that game. Both of them got an easy game, like you said, Washington football team and the Jets. So I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
Yeah, I
Russell
don't.
Wilson.
I think the Rams got the division. They won the first game, huh? If I'm not mistaken, the Rams won the first game.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's where they got the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think that was like a night game, and then they won at the last second against Seattle, something like that.
The two, those two games that they did lose, it was that last minute stuff. It's like with the Cardinals, it was a last minute thing. So, they hung in there. Those were two good games, both of them. So, if it come down to playoff time and it come down to you have to get in, you have to win this to get in, and you have to win this to do that, I'm gonna stick with Russell and Pete because I like Pete Carroll too.
Yeah,
Except for that Super Bowl call, that shit was fucked up, but I still like Pete Carroll.
I hate Russell them just as much as you. For once, we actually agree on something. But them Seahawks been gave me plenty bad memories too. Let's not forget Marshawn Lynch running over the entire team.
Yeah.
Well, that man needs Skittles, so we cool.
I'm gonna start off with you on this one, Denzel. So, what three teams in the NFC you have making the playoffs as a wild card?
Just like I did in the AFC, I'm gonna go with the three teams that's in there right now. I don't see the Vikings doing nothing. I don't see the Bears, and I damn sure don't see the Lions. So it's gonna be the same three teams. So it's gonna be Rams, Bucks, and Cardinals. Yeah,
I agree.
with Seahawks winning the division. So I don't see nobody taking them spots. So really, y'all might Packers, if y'all do get the number one seed, you might have to see Tom Brady again.
We will.
Yeah. You might have to see
Good.
that.
So they're gonna go home in that first game.
They're gonna have to get out the first round. All right, Sean, who you got? What three teams you got making the playoffs?
Okay, you can't really think of any other teams in the NFC that got a chance of making a wild card besides them. Everybody else is trash. So we was leave it like that. Rams and Cardinals with the last seed.
All right, Anasia, what three teams you got making the playoff as a wild card?
Wild card, I'm picking the Hawks to win the division, so my wild cards would have to be the Rams, Bucks, and Cardinals. Those are my three. I said the Cardinals last week. I had my little thing for Kyler Murray. I know his shoulders hurt, but I do believe in DeAndre Hopkins. I do believe in Larry Fitzgerald. I believe in those guys. And so I would pick it would be those three, but I do believe that Seattle's going to take that division, leaving the Rams as a wild card. Tom Brady's they're gonna make the playoffs. The Bucks gonna make it, and Cardinals easy breezy.
All right, Chris, what three teams you got making it, Chris?
Oh, my bad. I'm breaking up. Are you ready?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah. So like I said, like Denzel said, probably the same three teams. It's gonna flip flop between Seattle and the Rams. Whoever win that 6 is gonna be Tampa Bay, and Arizona gonna stay with 7. Reason being, I'm like hoping, man, because like I said, I think Green Bay could possibly win that, keep that first seed. So as a second seed, we're gonna go up against the 7. And to be honest, man, unbiased opinion, I'm hoping Minnesota don't get by seeing them dudes. I ain't gonna even lie to you. They're gonna come. Thing is, we're gonna beat them on Christmas just because it's regular time. They're gonna come with a whole different game plan. Kirk Cousins, just because he's going against the Saints, and like he always do, he gonna bring it. So man, I'm tired of seeing Minnesota. So I'm hoping Arizona can hold on to it, and I expect them to do so. But them, Tampa, and Seattle, 5, 6, and 7.
Hey, I'm all for Kirk Cousins this season, though. He had the best football statement this season for me. That man say, they talking about coronavirus. That man say, if I die, I die. He about it.
So wait, the Saints are playing Minnesota on Christmas Day?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be gift wrapped in a little bow with a little reindeer on top. Rudolph.
Jefferson's first game back home? Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, so
And then Lattimore against Steeling, bro. I'm just, man,
Man, they need to put Jenkins on Thielen.
man, whoever they put, they need to stop holding, man. Stop grabbing the receivers, bro, please.
I'm stuck on the feeling.
That's
Like
all.
street football, bro.
That's all Lattimore do is hold and grab, man.
They want to call that boy White Claw. He don't like it though.
Adam Thielen is a new version of Don Beebe. Remember him, Buffalo Bill. Yeah. Take you back.
We're gonna get into these picks. I'm gonna start off first. Everybody gonna pick again. We're all gonna pick who we think gonna win. I'm gonna start off first. I'm gonna start off with Philly at Arizona.
Hey, never mind, Miss Choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna start out with Philly and Arizona. Jalen Hurts versus Kyler Murray. I
K1.
I actually got Arizona winning that game by 7. I'm gonna go ahead. Who you got winning that game, Anisa?
I'm picking I'm gonna pick the Cards by 12. I think that the the Cardinals offense is better. And Jalen Hurts, you know, good game on him. Great for him to come out in the league and do what he did. But I always have to give the edge to the guys that have a little bit more experience when it comes to those new age guys. And I'm always down for our African American quarterbacks. I love to see those matchups. You know, I hate for us to have to pin one against another because I don't like to do that because these guys they're trying to make it in this league. And Jalen Hurts had a good come out. That was a good start for him. Great game. You know, film don't take long to learn. The kid has skills, you know, but they all know this thing about how to be benched. You know, he know how it felt to be benched behind somebody and go. He got benched. He went to another school. So these guys know what that feels like. And I think that K1, I trust him. I do still think that his shoulder is not 100%. I don't know. I just had this feeling that it's not. But if I have to pick an offense, I'm gonna pick DeAndre Hopkins over any receiver that Eagles have. So I got to go with the Cardinals on that. I'm gonna say Cards by 12.
All right, what about you, Denzel?
I'm gonna go Cards as well. Arizona gonna do a better job game planning than the Saints did. Anybody know you got a running quarterback, you need to contain, you need to play zone, QB spy, something. Don't do what the Saints did though. So Arizona gonna learn from that. They're gonna have a game plan for Jalen Hurts. So I'm gonna say Arizona by at least 10 as well. Then you know Kyler, dog. Then you got the weapons. You got Kenyon Drake and you got DeAndre
Okay, said
Hopkins over there. Yeah.
yeah.
All
So
right,
that's my take.
Sean, who you got on that game?
Bracket Buster uploading. Philly by 4. I'm not convinced Arizona defense gonna have a good enough game plan by just one, a good enough game plan on just one game of film, one game of film on Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray coming back off injury. And in that game, I would trust a better defense. Philadelphia, man, defense may not be that good, but they just shut down the top offense in New Orleans Saints for the entire half.
They didn't shut down the offense. They shut down Taysom Hill.
They shut. Okay, you say they shut down a mobile. They shut down a mobile quarterback. Look, what you
He
think they're
wasn't
gonna
too
do?
long.
What you think they're gonna do against Kyler a little
A
bit?
mobile,
What you think they're gonna
but
do
there was a
against Kyler?
mobile quarterback that wasn't running. That was a
No
stationary mobile quarterback. They
Yeah,
tried to make
Taysom
that
Hill ain't
mobile
no
quarterback a pocket passer.
Hey, take y'all picks. Don't get your feelings hurt. Somebody, it's always an upset alert. Philadelphia by 4.
That ain't
All right,
my obsession.
Chris, who you got winning this game? Also, I want you to pick the next game that we pick.
All right, man. To be honest, I'm gonna go with Sean. I think Philadelphia gonna pull it off too. Like the team has the ball under Carson Wentz, but you be surprised how team get motivated when they believe in their quarterback, man. It looked like the boys really won't play for Jalen Hurts. It looked like they believe again. The defense came out. There's some things we ain't seen them boys do all season long. Again, you know, part of it was could we Taysom Hill, bad play calling, call it what you want. But I just think them boys might make it interesting in that NFC East if they still got a chance. They still got a chance in it, right? Of course
Yeah,
they
this
do. Everybody still got this NFC East. So yeah, I think the boys gonna make it interesting. As far and the boys gonna rally behind Jason Hurts because of Jalen Hurts
They
because
gonna knock the meat out of
they make
Jalen
some
Hurts'
noise next year
taco.
too with him.
They gonna knock the meat
Man,
out his taco.
Jalen Hurts a
Anytime.
baller. I've been waiting on this all year long.
I
To tell you
think
the truth, I
Arizona
knew
gonna build
Carson
up a
Wentz was.
successful defensive game plan based off one game.
Yeah.
To me, it's simple though. It's real simple. The Saints played man to man against them people, bro. They played man to man. So you know they play man to man. The DBs, everybody got their back turned, then the quarterback take off running. That's simple to me. Come on, Dennis Allen.
Yeah, you gonna play him based on the whole game of him going left. What happens if he goes right the whole next game? You can't just
Man, like
all his
they
tricks.
gotta do something. They gotta do something to confuse that boy. Play some zone or something. Like they made it too easy. The Saints made it way too easy for Jalen Hurts. Simple, way too easy. Then
And
come on, you
I
got
was really shocked because I usually, I'm not a Saints big fan, but I know who Sean Payton is. I respect the shit out of Sean Payton. Sean Payton is one of the greatest offensive coaching minds in the sport. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? And I was literally shocked because I was like, damn, Sean, you need to fire somebody like right now because what the fuck's going on? I wasn't expecting that of Sean Payton. But
right.
it is what it is. And I never forget that one play when Taysom did throw that first INT. The way Sean looked at him was like, motherfucker, I told you to throw it here. What the fuck are you doing? So I know it's like, but they human, they human, they make mistakes, they do their thing, but it is what it is. But I was shocked at that shit. I just knew that Sean
Yeah.
Payton was pissed.
That was straight coaching though.
The
Straight
biggest
Yeah.
coach.
mistake they made was not involving Alvin Kamara. They relied on Taysom to win the game too much.
I don't think Alvin Kamara 100%, is he?
Huh?
Is Alvin Kamara 100%? I
I
don't think
hope
he.
so, man. Cause like,
Mike
don't
Thomas
look like
out against KC. He better be 100%.
right.
shit.
Cause if he ain't 100%, go ahead and sit Breeze, bro.
I
Drew
think Kyler gonna come back
Drew
100% this Sunday.
I don't know.
You think he gonna come off a shoulder injury and put up another MVP performance?
Who?
Kyler.
Shit, it don't matter. He got DeAndre Hopkins. It's a difference.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins got to have somebody that can accurately and effectively get the ball to him.
Caught that touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey was more surprised than everybody else on the damn in the world. When he
That's
caught that
Lattimore
touchdown.
for you.
And then you
That's
can hear the
Lattimore for you.
commentators. The commentators like, oh my God, the pass is so accurate. The pass so accurate. Yeah, it's accurate. He's a goddamn quarterback. Get him, do some respect to him, throw his balls. You have to, I peep all that out. It's like, but to me, like I said, if I had to put it down to it, I'm gonna trust the guy that has the more experience, and I'm going with Colin them on that. Not to say that the Eagles can't beat them, but if I had to pick three guys to play with, I'm gonna pick Kyler, DeAndre, Kenyon. I'm not gonna pick Alshon. What's the boy? Alshon Jeffrey, Jalen Hurts, and Miles Sanders. They
Sanders.
busted him out.
All right, Chris. So what's the next game, Chris, that you want us to pick?
Man, the next game I'm looking at heavy like is right before our game. Reason being, it's gonna have major playoff implications. Like for us, we could win the division by winning one of the next three, or by having Tampa drop one of them. So I'm this Tampa and Atlanta game because, to be honest, even though Tampa at 6 right now, 8-5, they far from locked up a playoff spot. I mean, they could go anyway between them, Arizona and Minnesota. So I'm hoping Atlanta go ahead and come through for us. I'm thinking they can with they do us. They play the division teams tough too. So I'm hoping Atlanta go ahead and do that and wrap us up the division. So we, just in case we have some kind of stumbling, we do against Kansas City or against one of them other teams because Tampa Bay kind of, they make me think a little bit. If we do struggle against these three teams, chance to have surprises with the division. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Atlanta on this one.
Hey, I actually got Atlanta as well. Just because like Matt Ryan, 1 week he could be like, 1 week he could be a scrub. The next week he could look like an MVP. And is Julio playing this game? Because when Julio
I was just about to ask that.
We never know.
Yeah.
play Matt Ryan, he looks better. So
yeah, because Atlanta don't look bad recently, to tell you the truth. And they always play them division opponents hard. So Tampa Bay ain't just gonna walk away with it.
yeah, I got Atlanta winning this game
Probably
too.
could do something a little bit. Depends on the Julio playing.
What you think about this game, Denzel?
I'm gonna go Bucks. Tom Brady ain't losing no Matt Ryan, especially with the playoffs. It's too much on the line for the Bucks for them to lose this one. Tom Brady ain't gonna drop this one, so I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Tom Brady ain't gonna drop it, but Bruce Arians will.
And then blame it on Brady, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And what you think about this game, Asia?
Shit, Bucks. I mean, everybody want to say, oh, that playoff Tom Brady with late in the season, Tom Brady, he's that dude, he's that this. Yeah, whatever. Tom Brady want to win games. He want to get in the playoffs. He got to show that it wasn't all Belichick up there, up in that New England area. Shit, Rojo, Gronk, Michael. Yeah, I'm going Bucks on this one. You can hope and pray them Falcons win to help y'all out. Fuck that. It's the Bucks.
All right, Sean, I want you to
I'm
pick.
gonna holler at you in the thread too.
Atlanta and Tampa Bay. First and foremost, raise your hand if you picked Atlanta to win. Y'all two?
Yeah.
I ain't
Y'all,
new shit.
y'all can proceed to pull your foot out your mouth. If y'all pick Atlanta to win, y'all contradicting y'all statement that y'all think y'all Tampa Bay gonna make it in as a wild card. In
They
order for them to
will.
make a wild
They
card, they
still
got
gonna make
Atlanta.
it. They
They
still
know
gonna make it.
Atlanta. Tampa Bay, man. Tom going off. Did you see what Taysom Hill did to Atlanta? What do you think Tom gonna do?
Preach.
Tom
We
Brady
agree.
struggling out here,
Preach to
man.
him. Mother, run the fucking play. Preach to him. It's all about the Bucks, baby.
Nah, I'm a troll. Y'all say I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, you don't. You don't. You don't. You don't know what you're talking about. Because Tampa Bay lose this game and still make the playoff.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay lose this game and
Tampa
still
Bay got
make
8 wins.
They got
Y'all think Atlanta to win after we came to a consensus agreement that Tampa Bay was a lock for the wild card.
they got to get
They
this one.
are. They are.
They still a lock for the wild card. You talking
How
about
you speak?
Chicago?
Yeah, they gonna make it in, but it's Tampa Bay got it.
Tampa Bay, man, by 14 plus. Tom
Hey, let
Brady,
me.
Any given
I
Sunday,
ain't
dog.
saying
Ask the
that. I ain't
Seahawks.
saying that. I'm just saying they're gonna win.
Yeah,
you
but I don't see this game being close either.
in December.
All right, pick the next game.
Who picking the next
Who?
game?
You picking the next game.
For me,
Yeah, you.
you know which one I'm picking. The most important game of the week, Saints in Kansas City. Now, for me to sit here and say I'm absolutely 100% sure that the Saints gonna win this game would be a doggone lie. I would like for the Saints to pull this out, but comes down to it, I'll go with the odds, bro, because Kansas City by 6.
All right,
Come
Chris,
down to
who
it, gonna come
you
down to the quarterback has a better performance, and I'm not gonna pick Taysom Hill over Patrick Mahomes. So am I
Oh,
picking?
Breeze starting this game. Breeze back. Breeze starting
Breeze.
Sunday.
Still not gonna pick Breeze over. I'm being
So
the man
honestly, right?
injury, multiple cracked ribs, all that other stuff. No, he ain't gonna be 100%. He ain't gonna zip that ball down the field like Taysom did. It's easier to game plan against Breeze than it is Hill. You know he's not going deep.
Right.
All
And
right,
if you
Chris, what you think about this game, Chris?
Man,
the game plan should be easy as hell. You know Drew Brees can't scramble like Hill. You know he's gonna stay in the pocket. You know he's not throwing more than 30 yards unless the receiver is 20 plus yards butt naked wide open.
The butt naked.
Compared to Kamara and what's the other running back? Murray.
Murray.
Yeah, it's gonna be up to give Drew Brees some breathing room. If they don't have a good game, we're gonna suffer. And Kansas City will score 21 skunk you in 2 minutes. They get up on you like that, ain't no coming back. You're not gonna
All right.
outscore Kansas City. So
All right, Chris, what you think about this game, Chris?
man, like I said in one of the posts yesterday, I was Breeze injury gonna be like a blessing for us because now the fact that Sean Payton know that he hurt, you need to protect that man is gonna force the Saints to be way more balanced. And when the Saints make a conservative effort to run the football, we come out balanced, we damn near unbeatable, man. So if we come out there and run the football like we're supposed to do, keep Mahomes on the sideline, they ain't gonna 21 skunk us in 2 minutes with the offense sitting on the sideline. So as long as Sean Payton have a good game plan, calling plays, keep Kamara and Latavius Murray involved, I think we could upset them. Pull off the upset. I see Saints winning by 3. It's gonna be close.
Man, Mike Thomas out, man. Y'all losing. Anise, who you got for this game?
I got Kansas City, of course. I think that Drew, with his rest time off, I think that helped his arm a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We worried about the lungs. The lungs was fine after the first week, but I think his arm rest helped. But I do know that there's going to be some Taysom Hill gadget plays. There's going to be some trick offense. I know Sean Payton, I would do that too. I wouldn't keep Drew out there the whole time when I got Taysom Hill sitting there and I got Jameis Winston. So I'm going to try something else in between because you're going to have to. But yeah, end of the day, Kansas City got that game. And just because they are a better offense than New Orleans. So I have to give it to, and especially without Michael Thomas, I got to go with KC with that game. I don't need to say nothing else.
All right, Denzel. I want you to pick that game and then pick the next game.
All right, so I know the odds against the Saints. But if you look about it historically, last week that's a game the Saints lose. You look at this week against Kansas City, that's a game the Saints win. You know, we beat the people we're not supposed to beat, but lose to the people we're not supposed to lose to. Now with that being said, you got to use your head. So I'm gonna go with Kansas City, by three, just like the spread said. But the Saints gonna make it close. Kamara gonna have a good game. Latavius Murray gonna have a good game. Look for Jared Cook to have a good game too.
I
We're
hope
gonna
so.
get Emmanuel Sanders. We're
Oh,
gonna
I'm
get
gonna look
Emmanuel
good in these
Sanders
threads
involved.
this week, boy.
So I'm gonna go Kansas City by 3. With that being said though, this is a game that the Saints usually win. Is they usually pull this out, but I'm gonna go with KC.
Can I add one thing to that
Oh,
before we go to the game?
what's
If
up?
the Saints win this game, is not going to be on Drew Brees' and offense. It's going to be up to the defense. They got to come out with a chip on their shoulder. They got skunked 2 quarters by NFC East team last.
Yeah,
They should take
I
that.
agree.
If the game is going to be won by the Saints, it's going to be up to the defense.
And
You're
you
right.
gotta
You're
think
right.
too, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all. In this game, I know it shouldn't be a issue, but I always look at it. Shit, you gotta look at them fucking refs too. You know what I'm saying? Them
Yeah, we
refs,
got Tyreek Hill on
yeah.
Marshawn Lattimore. Come on, man. You know Marshawn
And
Lattimore good for
the
at least
refs
about
was
3
out there.
pass interference. You know
Yep,
that's
yep,
what we ought to be picking. We ought to be picking how many pass interference Marshawn Lattimore gonna have.
exactly. The refs gonna be on that ass, especially with this KC.
Yeah.
You know how you eliminate that. Don't let the game get to that position.
And keep them
Oh, we
boys
still
off the
in
field.
that position.
That's how the Saints lose most of their games. Don't find yourself in a position to where the refs decide the game.
All right,
Mahomes gonna score though. They're gonna score.
Mm.
So the game, I get the game. Uh, really, besides that Saints and Chiefs, it really ain't too many good games to pick. But so I'm gonna go with pick the Patriots and the Dolphins. So I gotta get my pick on that first.
yeah,
Yep.
you get the pick on that
All
first.
right. So Patriots and Dolphins. I'm gonna go Patriots. Even though I picked the Dolphins to make the playoffs, I'm gonna go Patriots just because Belichick. That's a Belichick assistant. You know he don't lose to his assistants. So I'm gonna go Patriots. Because the Patriots still fighting for the playoffs too. They in the hunt too, and they're gonna go down swinging. So I'm gonna go with the Patriots over the Dolphins.
Hey, that's a good point. Not only does Belichick don't lose to assistants, he don't
Mhm.
lose to rookie quarterbacks.
Don't lose the
Mm.
rookies.
You see what he did to
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, huh?
Oh
but
yeah. They blanked them boys.
but I'm gonna go Miami on this game. I just think Miami got way more to fight for, and unless New England gonna try to ruin their playoff chances like Miami messed up their playoff season last year, I don't see the Patriots. I don't see the Patriots winning this game. Who you got for this game, Sean?
Who you think I got? My bona fide bracket buster, Ray Finkelnew. My, I heard you say Belichick don't lose to his assistant or his student. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a couple of games they lost to either Miami or Tennessee the last couple of years. Wasn't a couple of his assistants on those coaching staff?
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah. Let me talk to him. I'm a troll. I don't know nothing though. I agree with you. Miami is my bracket buster every year. That's how the Patriots always miss a playoff. That team and that team alone. Either them or Tennessee. But Miami, even when they don't make the playoffs, they are known for messing up somebody's playoff bracket. Miami by 4. 27-23.
All right, Chris, for this game, Chris.
Man, this is one of the reasons I was picking Baltimore to come back and take that last playoff spot. I think Miami gonna lose one of these last three, but particularly a game that they probably should win against the Patriots this week. I think Bill Belichick, gonna come with the game plan for him. I think I'm taking the Patriots to win. What? I'm gonna go 24-21.
All right. All right, Anasia. Pick this game and then you get to pick the last game.
On this one, I'm gonna pick the Pats. I feel that I love Cam Newton. I've had 100% faith in Cam Newton, but I understand that new offense, new skills, new everything, new all that. No preseason, none of that. So I can't say the passive look like shit. I would have to say Cam has looked like shit, but I'm gonna pick the Patriots in this one because Bill Belichick is a playoff time guy. So I'm gonna pick the Pats on that. I'm gonna pick the Pats by 6 over Flores and his Miami Dolphins.
All right. And what's the last game we picking?
I'm picking the Hawks and the Washington football team, baby. I'm picking Washington football team to take the Hawks out.
I agree.
You know me, I picked them against Pittsburgh. For some reason, I feel that Washington is that team now. I got kind of scared last week when I saw Alex Smith go down, but I heard it was just a little bruise, so he might be back in it. Do I trust Dwayne Haskins? Hell no. But Alex Smith, yeah, I feel a little better with Alex Smith in there. They have a nice offense. Their defense stepped up. I think their defense is like maybe at least top 10 in probably every category. They looking real good, and I'm feeling solid about the Washington football team. I felt solid about them a long time. Told y'all, we got Scary Terry. Yeah, they got. Well, I think AJ Gibson got hurt. Didn't he get hurt? I think he got hurt. But you still got Logan Thomas. You still got the Sims kids. I'm picking Washington football team over the Seattle Seahawks by 3. That's my upset pick for the week.
Who you got for this one, Sean?
Where's the game being played at?
I don't even know.
It's in Washington.
It's in Washington? Their defense has been clicking too.
Their defense is nice.
I gotta go Seattle. Why? Because y'all contradicted yourself again. Y'all picked Seattle to win the conference, right?
That's one game.
One game, no.
Washington beat them, then they backdoor lose to the Rams next week. They out of there.
It don't matter. The Rams ain't Washington.
You don't have to win this week to win your division.
Teams play division games. Teams will prepare for a division game harder than prepare for another game. And I think that Washington has slipped through the cracks. Do I expect Seattle to play Washington hard? Yeah. Do I expect Seattle to play the Rams hard? Yeah. Do I expect them to beat the Rams? Yeah. Do I expect them to beat the Washington football team? It ain't gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be kind of tough because Washington is trying to get into the playoffs too. Now, is it going to be an easy game? No, that's why it's called an upset. But I mean, I'm not contradicting myself by saying I think that Washington will beat Seattle and still Seattle to get in because Washington can beat Seattle and Seattle can still get in. But I'm picking Washington. There ain't no contradiction.
Yeah, it is because y'all picking Seattle to win the conference. If they lose against the Washington football team, all the Rams got to do is beat them next weekend and they out the door.
But I didn't say the Rams are going to beat them.
So this it's not a upset or this is a must win for Seattle. Any team right now in the
Rams. They must beat the Rams. They don't have to beat the Washington football team. They have to beat the Rams. It's a difference.
Adding 2 losses to the record you already got doesn't make your playoff.
I'm adding 1. Washington.
What's Seattle's record?
9-4.
And the Rams are what?
9-4.
Okay. Like I said, they ain't got to lose but 1.
So they both 9-4. Seattle loses this week, they go to 9-5. Rams win this week, they go to 10-4.
We don't know if the Rams gonna win.
Rams play the Jets.
and Rams and Seattle goes down 9.
Hold on, Petty. So you telling me if Seattle lose to Washington, there is no way Seattle could win that division?
I'm not saying there's no way they can't win the division.
Was she not contradicting? Was she not contradicting herself then? She's not contradicting herself then.
Like a female right now. Don't answer questions. Trying to answer. That petty shit. You can't troll the troll god, nigga. Y'all said they both 9-4, right?
They both 9-4. They can both lose 1 game. I'm saying they're gonna lose to Washington. What's hard about that?
Hey, Chris. These school Bay fans with their cheese ass. They both 9-4. Okay, so Seattle
They can both lose the game. I'm saying they're gonna lose to Washington.
and you say they lose to Washington. That means you contradict yourself. They can, because if the Rams
That's
defense,
not a contradiction. They can lose the game.
if they lose to Seattle and the Rams, they don't win the division. You
I
love
didn't say
Seattle.
they're gonna lose 2
She's not
games.
saying they're gonna lose to the Rams though.
One game versus 2. 1, 2, that's different. I'm saying they can lose to Washington and still beat the Rams and win that division.
Comments and see who agree with me. Y'all can contradict yourselves twice. Y'all picking people to win the division, but then y'all picking them to lose the crucial games. It ain't like we got 3-6 games left to catch up. No, one
We do
loss right
got
now.
3 games left. We do got 3 games left.
Talk about top seed.
Hey man. Hey, look,
Hey, look.
the point she's trying to make, the point she's making,
And honestly, like y'all got a problem with dealing with the ugly truth. I know y'all playing boy.
Just because you talk loud don't mean you making sense, buddy. Like I said, they can lose this game, win the next 2, and win the division.
You're working narratives in your favor. You know me. I give you work in the group. Ain't nothing for the change on the podcast.
Look, right.
I'm giving you work right here, and I'm not even getting loud.
Right.
You're gonna lose. It's all good. I can fight my girl battles. I'm just saying. I'm not contradicting myself. I understand what you're saying. I do pick them to win the division, but they can still lose to Washington to win a division. Can they or can they not?
I don't want that kind of work.
Yeah, you do. It's cleansing. Woosah.
That shit, that
I've
was
been 52. Yeah, buddy.
19 jacket and some green flip flops. Yeah, you have all that shit.
All right, Denzel, who you got winning this game, man?
I got the Seahawks winning. Russell Wilson. Like I said, I'm gonna take Russell Wilson over Dwayne Haskins any day because Alex Smith is hurt. Haskins starting, so I'm gonna go Russell Wilson.
Like a nation says, talk to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Russell Wilson and the Seahawks over the Washington football team. Russell Wilson not being Roethlisberger. The Seahawks are not the Steelers. They're not gonna lose to the Washington football team.
Y'all just got too much faith in the NFC least since Philadelphia beat us on. Y'all do best.
All right, Chris, who you got winning this game, Chris?
Man, just like I said, that NFC West division gonna come down the next week between the Rams and Seattle. So that goes without saying. Take care of business this week against Washington. Like if you lose 2 games to the NFC East, man, you got a serious issue. The issue I don't really see Seattle having it. They are way better football team than that. So like I was saying, the Rams gonna blow the Jets out this week. Seattle gonna take care of business against Washington, especially with Dwayne Haskins playing. Nothing against the brother, but man, Alex Smith was doing a much better job than he was, in my opinion. So next week, that NFC West division gonna be decided with the Seattle and the Rams.
Can I put in a side note?
What's up?
My side note is I did thought Alex Smith was playing. That's why I picked Washington. But with Dwayne playing, I'm still gonna pick Washington. It's just so if they win, I can talk shit to run the motherfucking play all week.
So that's
what that means. I was wondering what that meant.
Hey, come on.
What all that stuff meant.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. That's why I told him I know 1 + 1 is 2. Come on now. But I did not know that Alex wasn't playing. I know it was a bruise and it wasn't as bad as I thought, so I thought he was starting. But I'm still gonna pick Washington. For some reason, I've had faith in Washington all season. Stick with them.
I'm gonna go out and call a long shot. The Jets got to upset somebody. They beating the Rams this week.
Nah, the Jets trying to lose. The Jets are trying to lose. Hey,
exactly.
I'm gonna take a bite out of my hot pocket.
Second worst. Who's the second before the Jets?
What happened?
What team got the second worst record before the Jets?
Jaguars.
Jaguars. How many wins they got?
One.
They beat
One
somebody.
win.
They
I
did.
don't know who they beat though. Who they beat?
The
They
NFC
beat
East team probably.
Saints.
the Jaguars play Baltimore. They definitely losing.
Beat your ass. Y'all looked up.
Hey, a win is a win. A win in the NFL is a win.
A loss is a loss. Have the same energy when you lose and when you win.
We didn't lose though. We didn't lose though. We won.
Point out everybody else's faults, but can't stand on your own. I'd rather lose in the first second than not be in the game the whole all full quarter.
What about this season? What you talking about? What you trying to argue about?
Season ain't over. Get your season and then start the playoffs 0-0. Don't do the same thing y'all been doing over the last 20 years. Get all them top seeds and big records and Aaron Rodgers have all these goddamn stats just for y'all to get run into the fucking ground.
You can't say nothing because we both were 13-3 last season and we did make the NFC Championship, buddy. Where'd y'all stop? Don't
We
come with that.
lost on the first drive.
I don't give a damn if you lost on the third drive. You lost. We
They got
both
lost on
know
the first drive.
everybody lost. Don't come with that's the thing I hate about Saints fans. Y'all want to bring up them records and all that bullshit. Get to the NFC Championship game.
I like to talk about all these superstars that have all these marvelous seasons and then don't put up no stats in the
Y'all had
playoffs.
a marvelous season last season. What'd y'all do?
Lost on the last play of the game. Aaron Rodgers had a
We lost on the first and second play of the game.
No, check this out. In our first playoff game last year, we won. In our first playoff game last year, we won. So hold on.
We still losing in the NFC Championship game. At least we made it that far. I got a question for y'all. I got a topic. Coach of the year. Who y'all got for Coach of the Year right now? If y'all had to pick a Coach of the Year right now, who would y'all pick?
I had Sean Payton. Until the Saints lost against the Eagles. I had Sean Payton first.
Okay.
Because what he's doing, I think, is amazing. But now, since they did lose to the Eagles, I'm gonna give it back to Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin. Who y'all got for Coach of the Year?
They ain't got Mike Tomlin.
No Tomlin.
They're probably gonna start. You see how they get exposed. They're gonna probably lose 2 more.
Tomlin, if y'all not gonna give Pittsburgh no credit for 11-2 record and y'all saying they're playing weak teams, they just had an easy schedule. You can't get a coach no credit for them winning. They were supposed to do that on an easy schedule. No.
Okay,
Exactly.
Hey, the thing about the NFL is not like college. NFL, any team could get beat by any team. Like that easy stuff, I don't believe in that because a team could beat any team. You can't suffer because you're beating all the teams you're supposed to beat. Like Chris said, the Seahawks lost to the Giants. Y'all lost to the Eagles. We almost lost to the Jags. A team could beat any team any Sunday. So what he's doing with Pittsburgh, 11-2, like from Ben Rod, he lost Le'Veon Bell, he lost Antonio Brown, he lost a bunch of
Le'Veon Bell. He gave Le'Veon Bell away. He didn't lose him. He gave him away. So my thing is, like right now, Coach of the Year. When you look at Stefanski,
that was my pick.
Hey,
that was my pick.
Really, Stefanski doing a wonderful job. He working miracles because you got to look at it. Baker Mayfield is quarterback, and Baker trash. So, but I was gonna go with the Buffalo Bills coach, Sean McDermott, 10-3 over there at AFC. That's what I was gonna go with. Yep. They doing a good job over there. But Stefanski,
I'm happy to see the Browns, man.
And look, I like Stefanski, but I would pick LaFleur, not because I'm a Green Bay Packer fan and it's biased. Why not? Because Aaron Rodgers?
Exactly. Because you got Aaron Rodgers over there.
Let me comment on that. I think LaFleur should have won it last year when Aaron Rodgers had a mediocre season. I think LaFleur should have won it last year. But this year, nah, I'm not this year.
Well, why not this year? Because see, like, the year he came in, we didn't even make the playoffs. His first year, he comes in, we makes the NFC Championship game. We know that's on Aaron Rodgers. This year, he's right now, he's the most, second year winningest coach of all time in history. So why not him? But I understand what you're saying. I know why not him, because Aaron Rodgers. So that's why I say, I like Stefanski. I'm cool with Stefanski. I can give it to him.
The Fleur don't have the final say so on the final call of the play. He'll call Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers orchestrates that offense.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, you say that.
Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday, honey. You can check it out. And Aaron Rodgers has discussed what goes down in that. It comes down to LaFleur calls the plays. If Aaron sees them, which is a 50-50 decision, he will make the play that he deems necessary. But he is allowing to Matt Fleur to make his calls.
That's 100% true.
That's right. I
Hey,
gotta go off what the man say. I don't know. I ain't in his head, but I know what he say.
hey, but we're gonna get into our last take. I want to talk about our last take. We're gonna it's called basically our final take. We just pick a topic to talk about. And right now I want to talk about the NBA. Everybody gonna pick a topic, what they most excited about the NBA season. I'm gonna start off first just to get it going. The thing I'm most excited about this NBA season, I'm excited to see Kevin Durant come back. I'm excited to see how him and Kyrie Irving going to work with the Brooklyn Nets. Like if that's going to work. I'm excited to see, because if it fails, Kevin Durant not going to get the blame. I think Kyrie Irving going to get the blame. So I'm excited to see the Brooklyn Nets. I'm gonna start off with you on this one, Denzel.
As far as that, the Brooklyn Nets go, I feel like you're right. If they do fail, it's everybody gonna put the blame on Kyrie. But I don't think it's gonna fail. They over there in the East. They at least a top 4 seed in the East. I feel like Brooklyn. But the thing is KD gonna come back fully healthy? Like that Achilles injury, that ain't nothing to play with. Kobe had it. Kobe wasn't ever the same after that. I know Durant a little bit younger with his injury. So that's gonna be the deciding factor in it. If Durant's still the same, but Brooklyn got some weapons. You know, like Kansas City got weapons. Brooklyn got weapons too, because you still got Karis LeVert over there, Spencer Dinwiddie over there. So they got some people over there. They got some hoopers. So they are top 4 seed in the East with Durant healthy or not, I feel like. But if he come back and he Durant, then they're a championship contender.
All right, all right, Megan.
You know, I only know 2 Nets, so I really don't give a shit. Next question, going on.
All right, Chris.
So my hot topic, I'm gonna stick with the NBA too, man. But I'm going over to the West side. You know what I'm about to say. Your boy making the predictions for the playoffs, bro. I feel like, man, ESPN, not ESPN. One of the major reporters, he say Zion had lost 25 pounds. Man, I'm gonna stick with my guns on this. If that dude stay healthy and in shape, along with Brandon Ingram, I feel like we can make the playoffs. I think Lonzo could take some form of a next step. I would hope. He in his rap videos talking about something. He demand a max contract. Boy, you better not come out here looking like you did in that bubble. I'm telling you that. Nowadays, that's gonna hurt the team, man. Man, Eric Bledsoe not no scrub. So and another thing people sleeping on is coaching, man. Stan Van Gundy, he gonna get some defense and some effort out of us, man. Jackson Hayes came out and said last year with practices with Gentry, practices lasted 45 minutes max. That's why we look lost and confused, like as a whole. On now we got Stan Van Gundy holding 3-hour practices, focusing on just defense. So if we keep our intensity up, I don't think we're gonna just come out the take a not yet, not right now, maybe not another year or two, but I feel like we can sneak into that 6, 7, or 8 range. Definitely, if we stay healthy.
And then after you do that,
Well, what you most excited about the NBA season for?
bro, I don't think he scored last game.
Oh, you on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
Not really excited about one facet of in particular. I got a couple things I will be paying attention to. One, will the Rockets finally fucking get it right this season? I'm excited to see how this new offense works with Coach Silas. I've been watching a couple of the preseason games against the Spurs. Harden looks shaky coming back, but Wall and Cousins look like they ready to put in work. But that all depends on how the team comes together. Two, it's gonna be LA's biggest threat. But right now, LeBron's legacy is his to tarnish. He got all the chips in his favor. This year, that puts him at 5 rings. His GOAT debate gonna have a whole different aspect. Besides that, the other thing I'm gonna be is all these new young and hungry teams in the East. Do not sleep on the East. The East Philly, Charlotte, Atlanta. Who else? Really, I don't know. They got some issues in there. They'll still make the playoff, but I don't see them as top 3 seed, probably somewhere 4 to 6. But I just want to see how all these new teams in the East with all these superstars that left the West because LeBron ran them up out of there gonna act.
So yeah, I misunderstood the question, bro, because I just kind of took my take on your topic.
Yeah, I figured that. That's why I said I want to come back to you to see what you're most excited about in the NBA season.
Yeah, so really, like I said, I'm a Laker fan, but I wasn't never really just no LeBron fan because I ain't really, the chips with LeBron kind of feel bittersweet. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna see. I'm most excited about Russ and Bradley Beal over there in the East, man, because I feel like Russ got a bad rap in OKC and Houston. So hopefully Russ has some success in Washington with Bradley Beal. He finally got him some shooters around him and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what Russ do over there, man. Now, if Russ don't do nothing at this stop, then really, like, Russ, basically, he mellow at this point. My bad, I know that's your boy, but he basically mellow at this point if he don't do nothing in Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Olympic goat.
All right, Anasia, I'm gonna come back to you too. I'm gonna let you end the segment. What are you most excited about the NBA?
Huh?
What excites you more about the most about this upcoming NBA season?
Shit, LeBron and Anthony Davis. I'm a Laker fan. I'm excited.
That's
I mean,
all.
that's I've been a Laker fan all my life. I've posted stuff about, I was going to the Forum as a little girl. We would walk to the Forum and walk around that Upsy Daisy, go around as a little girl watching dudes in shorts play play basketball. And that's what I grew up on. We get Laker games. My mom worked for the Musicians Union. They'd give them like free Laker games just to go. And so that's what I grew up on. So I've always been a Laker fan. And to me, my undisputed GOAT is always Kobe, but that's just from my heart. That's just how I feel. And
I'm with you on that one.
with LeBron coming through, Anthony Davis, they bring us a championship after all these years. I'm happy. And so as a Laker fan, as a fan of the purple and gold, I'm excited about Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
I'm excited to see the Clippers flop again.
Oh. Yeah, you go to them games like $2 back in the day.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I just want to say I appreciate everybody from coming on. Sean, it's always a pleasure to have you on. You always come on a podcast when I ask you to. Nice to meet Denzel and Chris. Nice to meet y'all. Nice to sit down and talk with y'all.
Christmas sweater.
Appreciate it.
Before we shut down, one last thing, bro. I really wasn't into doing the podcast, dealing with this family tragedy, but I figured if I got through it, it would help me deal with the process. For the last hour or two, I haven't thought about it 1 second. I appreciate y'all. Y'all set my mind at ease, even if it was temporary.
It's all love.
I'm Green Bay fan. I still tip my hat to y'all.
It's all love.
Hey, one last thing. Caleb Red, hey, you got to come see us on this podcast. You can't duck us forever. You can't duck us forever, Caleb Red.
He's in morning, man. He'll do them morning.
No, but in his defense, he did call me like around 1:30, 2 o'clock. We was always looking for the late man. I got receipts. Don't make me post him. We were trying to find him.
Hey man. Hey, I worked 14 hours, bro. I was tired.
I don't know that struggle. The benefits of owning your own business.
Ooh.
I don't know.
What's the money like?
All right, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna get my girlfriend to edit this video and probably have it posted up probably by tomorrow morning for y'all to check out with the nice effects. But yeah, I just want to say thank y'all again. Anasia, thank you again. You always come through when I ask you to, and y'all have a blessing.
Y'all too. Peace out, guys.
All right.
Peace.